Hi, this is Robert with Current SCM. In today's video, I'm going to show you the process of generating a service order, as well as making releases from that order. So to get started, we want to be in our orders view. You can access that from the left-hand menu. And the first thing we'll do is click on the new order button. Selecting a service order as the document type, I'm going to give it a quick identifier. From there, there's a lot of optional fields to help you arrange things and assign the responsible parties. The only essential part is selecting the vendor that we're going to be purchasing from. Pressing submit, the system's going to bring you to that new service order in a draft state. Moving over to our bill of materials, we're going to notice a slightly different setup than the rest of, a normal purchase order, in that there's only purchase items and some of the menus are more contextual to a service type order. So gone is material releases, it's been replaced with service releases, and we now have a service planning tab exposed. So entering the edit mode, I'm going to quickly find my inspection service. Note that we're going to be buying 100 hours, $125 per hour. Great. So at this point, we have the bill of materials is starting to form. We're going to be purchasing 100 hours of inspection services. From the service planning, I can start actually making a plan. The system will let you know the number of service releases that have been generated, the status of our planning. So I'm going to finish edit, and I'm going to then show you a couple things around the service order. So from here, we have the ability to note the terms that are going to get generated when we actually issue the service order. So I'm just going to dump in a couple example terms. It's easy as that. If I wanted to make a modification, I could do so in here. Second relatively important thing for the service orders is when we actually go to generate the service releases, we have the ability to customize the real service release term. So save that. Great. I'm going to pause the video now, work through the workflow to get the service order approved, and then come back and show you the releases. Great. So at this point, our service order has been issued. We've worked through the workflow there. I'm going to flip over to our service releases tab and add our first service release. Note the expected start date and end date. So at this point, we have a holding spot for our plans to be assigned to. So to our bill of materials, I'm just going to enter our edit mode, head to our service planning, which sort of gives us a meta status of whether we've created plans for all of the quantity of items that we're planning and any other service releases that it's attached to. So at this point, I'm going to go to edit, we'll add a new plan, and I'm going to assign it to that release 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to actually split this off into 2 releases. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a line for the 22nd, and then needs to be done by the 23rd. And I'm expecting that this is going to be, say, the first 8 hours. Optionally, I can also give information to the service provider on where to do the service, and I can create an association with an item that I'm purchasing to describe exactly what, in this case, they're inspecting. So in this case, I'm going to say that they're going to do it from our company's location, and then they're going to be doing it at our shop. And I'm also going to note that, in this case, I need my frames inspected. So I'm going to select from a previously created purchase order. That could be in any state, draft, or issued. And I'm going to let them know that they're going to be inspecting our road frames. Great. So at this point, we're still showing under planned. Diving into it, we can see that, at this point, we have 1 planned release. 8 are planned. 8 hours are planned. 0 are complete. We're in a pending state, and there's still 92 that require planning. Heading to our service releases, a couple options here. We're starting to see this build up. We can go and actually edit the release because it's still in sort of in a pending state, and we can add additional info, sort of preview what's attached to it. Or I can go and actually issue the release. So at this point, a The service release has gone to an issued state. Certain fields are no longer modifiable. We'll get a copy of the service release actually in file. You can open it up. Next relevant action is to actually action the release. And here we can basically make note of what actually occurred. So the service release in real life has been issued to the vendor, and we're going to note that they actually did start on the 22nd, finish on the 8th, and we're verifying that they did spend 8 hours. So I'm going to save that release progress. This is a single line of release, very simple for the purposes of this video. Once I'm done, I can just mark that the release has been complete. At this point, we're in a completed release state. We can dive in. System would also generate a final release at completion for record keeping. Similar to other parts of the application, I could assign tasks while the release was ongoing or after for attestation. I can create some notes to help out and collaborate with my team members. Hopefully that helps you get going with service releases. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks.